The world of fashion is sharp, cold, and always changing. But some legends never go out of style. 15 years later, she's back. The name, the power, the fear. Miranda Priestly. Dark music hums under a black screen. The beat is slow, dramatic, almost like the sound of a heartbeat echoing in a silent room. Suddenly, a flash of light, camera shutters, the sound of reporters yelling, the chaos of flashing bulbs at a red carpet event. The faceless video begins with quick cuts, tall buildings glowing at night, limousines pulling up to Fashion Week, models walking through hallways lined with mirrors. The camera flashes blind the viewer for a moment, as though they too are standing in the storm of paparazzi. A voice rises, cold but steady. 15 years later. The world of high fashion is about to change again. The screen cuts to a dramatic montage, hands flipping glossy magazines, diamond necklaces being clasped around necks and high heels striking marble floors. Each sound is sharp and heavy, building suspense. The narrator continues. Trends rise and fall. Faces come and go. But there is one name that never fades. Miranda Priestly. The audience sees a blurred silhouette of a woman stepping out of a car. The doors close with a heavy thud. She walks up marble stairs, heels echoing in the night. Her face is never shown, but her presence is unmistakable. The way the crowd parts, the way assistants scramble to clear her path. The narrator's voice grows colder, matching the tension. She is more than a woman. She is an empire. The pace of the cuts quickens. Runways burst with color. Designers panic backstage. Dresses shimmer under white lights. The fashion world spins, wild and intoxicating, yet all of it bends to her will. Then silence. A final sound, just the clicking of her heels echoing in an empty hallway. The camera stops at her shadow cast across a massive office wall. The narrator delivers the line like a whisper. The devil never left. She was only waiting. The screen cuts to black, holding the audience in stillness. A single soft sound closes the section, the faint click of a pen opening, a reminder that every word and every command from her hand can change the world. Asterisk, the music shifts. Sharper now, like a violin string being pulled to its breaking point. A new voice enters, heavy with tension, but every empire faces a storm. And this one has just begun. The scene cuts to the silhouette of Sachs. Once the shy assistant, she now walks with confidence through glass doors of a towering skyscraper. Papers in her hand, camera flashes outside, and her reflection in the glass shows not the nervous girl from years ago, but a woman who owns the room. The narrator whispers, Sachs, no longer running after coffee but running her own empire. Quick montage on magazine covers. Andy leading a team of young editors, Andy staring at her phone as Miranda's name flashes across the screen. Her eyes flicker with fear and power all at once. The narrator cuts in, but success comes with a price. And the past always calls back. The beat slows as Emily Charlton appears. A door opens, and her heels strike the floor with familiar rhythm. She was once Miranda's overworked assistant. Now she steps off a plane in Paris, dressed in sleek black, carrying herself like a queen of her own making. She smirks at a rival across the terminal, and the camera cuts to her hand clenching a designer bag with force. The narrator warns, Emily Charlton. Loyal once, but ambition changes the heart. In this game, even old alliances turn into weapons. The frame splits, flickering between Miranda's cold stare, Andy's restless ambition, and Emily's burning determination. The voiceover deepens. 3 women. 3 visions? But in the ruthless world of fashion, only one can rule. The sound of footsteps builds again. Overlapping Miranda's measured, Andy's steady, Emily's sharp until they collide in silence. The screen freezes on a blurred photo of the 3 women at opposite ends of a runway. The tension is thick, but no words are spoken. Then the narrator delivers the sting. In fashion, loyalty is just another trend. And trends never last. The section ends with the soft, chilling sound of a camera shutter. The flash reveals Andy's face for a second, half-lit, half-hidden in shadow, torn between the power she built and the empire she once escaped. Asterisk, the music turns fierce, pounding like drums in a storm. The voice of the narrator drops lower, colder. Power always comes at a price. And the bill is due. The screen erupts into a whirlwind of quick cuts. Miranda slamming a folder on a glass table, Andy tearing through a stack of papers, Emily whispering into someone's ear at a dimly lit gala. Each image is short, sharp, and full of unspoken danger. The narrator breathes the words like a warning. Behind the beauty of fashion lies the war of survival. A boardroom appears. Miranda sits at the head of the table, her hands folded, her gaze a blade slicing through silence. Her voice is never heard, but the reaction around her says enough. Men in expensive suits shift uncomfortably. Assistants scribble notes with trembling hands, and one executive wipes sweat from his forehead. The narrator cuts in. One decision, and careers fall apart. The scene changes to Andy, alone in her office at midnight. The city lights glow behind her. A glass of untouched champagne sits on the desk. She stares at an email. Miranda's name is the subject line. Her hand hovers over the keyboard, but she can't press send. The tension swells. The narrator whispers, "Ambition made her strong. But now ambition may break her." The music shifts again, faster, sharper, like scissors cutting silk. Emily appears, stepping out of a black car. Cameras flash as she forces a smile, but when she turns away, her face is cold and hard. A rival designer grabs her wrist, hissing words we can't hear. She pulls free, her eyes blazing. The narrator declares, "Allies become enemies. Secrets become weapons. And silence is deadlier than any scream." The montage grows, faster, models fainting backstage, journalists racing to type headlines, gowns ripping under stage lights, and Miranda's shadow passing across Andy's desk like a ghost. Then a sudden pause. Total silence. A single line breaks the stillness. When ambition collides with power, only one survives. The music slams back, louder than before. Images explode onto the screen, a runway show gone wrong. Champagne glasses shattering, Emily storming out of a party, Andy crying in a car, Miranda's eyes narrowing in a mirror. The energy builds to chaos, pulling the audience into the storm without mercy. The section ends on a final shocking moment. Andy and Miranda facing each other across a dark hallway. The lights flicker. Neither speaks. The silence between them is heavier than words. Asterisk, the screen fades into total silence. No music, no voices. Just the faint sound of heels striking a marble floor, echoing like a countdown. Each step grows louder, sharper, more suffocating. Then the narrator's voice slices through the silence. The devil never leaves. She only waits for the right moment to return. A quick flash, Andy dropping a folder onto her desk. Photos spilling everywhere. Another flash, Emily staring at her reflection in a mirror, her lipstick smeared, her hand trembling as though she's hiding something. Then Miranda appears in shadow, standing before a massive, floor-to-ceiling window. Her posture is calm, powerful, untouchable. The narrator growls, "This fall, 3 women will fight for the crown of fashion. But in this empire, there is room for only one queen." The music surges back, louder, grander, like an orchestra spiraling toward chaos. Scenes flicker, runways bursting with blinding lights. Models walking in gowns that look like armor, reporters shouting questions, camera shutters exploding like gunfire. Andy shouts words we cannot hear. Emily slams a door. Miranda raises one eyebrow. And silence crashes back again. The narrator whispers, "Betrayal cuts deeper than silk. Ambition burns brighter than diamonds. And power is always in fashion." The screen turns black. For 3 seconds, there is nothing. Then a single whisper breaks the dark, the voice of Miranda Priestly, cold and iconic. That's all. The words linger like smoke in the air. The screen shatters with white light, and bold letters appear across the darkness. "The Devil Wears Prada 2." The orchestra blasts one final note, shaking the screen. A sharp fade, then the narrator's last line, soft and haunting. "This fall, the devil returns." The screen cuts to silence once more. Just one last sound, the faint click of a closing door, as though the story has already begun and the audience has been locked inside.